All right, welcome back to the Red Ridge campus. So every single week, every single class, there are a bunch of these things printed out and pasted up on the whiteboard at the front of the class. But there is one that is there every single week, and it is this one. This one lays out the entire framework of all three levels that we go through during the class. Now I'll flip the camera around in a second to show you more detail. What I want to highlight is anytime that you're feeling like, oh, why can't we just get through this? When are we going to actually move up to the next sword? How long is it going to take? What are we even doing? This will always be there, so you can always go back to it. And if all the words and all the numbers and the levels and everything's just getting really complicated and confusing, all you need to remember is that there's 3 levels, 1, 2, 3. And they each have these bullets here. They have everything that we need to complete to move up to the next level. So really all you need to see is what's actually crossed out here and how many bullets are left. I'm going to flip the camera around and show y'all what I'm talking about. All right, so here we have our 3 levels. Now, as you can see, over the first 2 weeks, we have gone through all 3 of the parts of level 1, and we've crossed off the first part of level 2. Now, all of these things are going to be covered in the videos that I'm sending out to y'all right now. But as you can see here, the rest of level 2 is learning how to attack, how to block, and how to move around. Once we have all 3 of these things done, then we can move on to our foam swords. So the first level, the one we're on right now, is wooden swords, and I'll show you what they look like in a second. We have all earned our wooden swords because all of these things are crossed out. Now with level 2, to earn our foam swords, we have to cross out all of these things. And then over here on level 3, to move up to the metal swords and go on to forge fencing, or wherever you end up fencing in the future, we have to get through both of these things and these subcategories right here to move on to earning our level 3 or metal sword. Alright, now then, what is she talking about? Wood and foam and metal and blah blah blah. I thought swords were just made out of metal. Well, swords are usually just made out of metal. However, for the purpose of this class, we have a few different levels we're going to go through. So our wooden sword, our level 1, the one we're on right now, are our wooden swords. Some people also call them drumsticks. We just earned these, and we are going to be learning how to control these next. We're going to be learning how to do cuts and parries with them. Once we get our footwork done, we can move on to our level 2 swords, which are these foam ones. Now, we don't need protective equipment for these per se because they're not mortally wounding weapons, but they can still deliver a little bit of a sting. So we are definitely going to be mindful of our fellow students. And then, of course, our level 3 swords are metal swords. So once we move through reffing and bouting, then you can earn the level to move on to forge fencing and be able to use one of these things. So I think that just about covers our 3 levels. Let's move on to our sword hand, our on guard position, and how to control this thing. I've captured a kitten! And no, he does not have a tail. But he's very sweet. This is Agate. He wanted to say hi. Bye-bye.